He needs some milk.
It was at this moment he knew. He fucked up.
Now, with Joe Biden as president, there is real hope in America, a very strong likelihood that we will deal with these crises and make sure that America gets back on its feet again.
This motherfucker's a retard.
For one party to change the rules in the middle of the game so that they can make all the decisions while the other party is told to sit down and keep quiet. And if all this takes eliminating the filibuster, another Jim Crow relic, in order to secure the God-given rights of every American, then that's what we should do. Everyone in this chamber knows that if the majority chooses to end the filibuster, if they choose to change the rules and put an end to democratic debate, then the fighting and the bitterness and the gridlock will only get worse. Then that's what we should do.
I support the step a majority of senators today took to change the way that Washington is doing business, more specifically the way the Senate does business.
Then that's what we should do. That if the majority chooses to end the filibuster, then the fighting and the bitterness and the gridlock will only get worse. Then that's what we should do.
Well, look, as you know, Mika and Joe, he was in the Senate for 36 years, and his preference, as you said, is not to make changes to the filibuster, and he wants to leave the door open to bipartisan work.
I support changing the Senate rules, whichever way they need to be changed.
His preference, as you said, is not to make changes to the filibuster.
I support changing the Senate rules.
Biden is open to reforming the filibuster.
Folks who want to see this change want to eliminate one of the procedural mechanisms designed for the express purpose of guaranteeing individual rights, and they also, as a consequence, would undermine the protections of a minority point of view in the heat of majority excess.
When it comes to protecting majority rule in America, the majority should rule in the United States Senate.
And what a price history will exact on those who support this radical move.
Today, I'm making it clear, I support changing the Senate rules.
To alter the unique responsibility of the United States Senate, and to do so by breaking the very rules of the United States Senate.
I support changing the Senate rules.
Ending the filibuster is a very dangerous thing to do because it's been used by progressives our whole time to make sure that we did not get rolled over.
Filibuster has been weaponized and abused.
It's been used by progressives our whole time.
Well, in the past 6 years, Democrats in the Senate have filibustered bills and nominations 589 times. In the past 6 years, 589 times. Now, less than 1 year into the Biden presidency, they've suddenly declared that the filibuster is unfair and it's overused.
This is the single most significant vote, as I said earlier, that I will have cast in my 32 years in the Senate.
Words matter.
I want to point to you The words of President Joe Biden.
Words matter.
And here's what Joe Biden said in 2019, a couple of years ago. Quote, ending the filibuster is a very dangerous move.
By ending the filibuster is a very dangerous thing to do.
Do you believe Joe Biden? Was he lying when he said ending the filibuster is a very dangerous move, or was he telling the truth?
But look, the words of a president matter.
Because that's what Joe Biden said just a couple of years ago. Now maybe you say, well, he was in a campaign, people say things. You can't hold him to fault for saying that. That's not fair.
The words of a president matter.
All right, so now you don't believe me and you don't believe Joe Biden. How about someone who serves in this chamber right now? How about someone who is the Senate Majority Leader right now? How about Senator Chuck Schumer?
Now we take Georgia, and then we change America.
Senator Chuck Schumer in 2015 gave a speech. He said they want, because they can't get their way, to change the rules midstream.
They want, because they can't get their way on every judge, to change the rules in midstream.
What would be the effect of that? According to Chuck Schumer, the effect of that, to wash away 200 years of history. That's what Schumer says is the effect.
To wash away 200 years of history.
Washing away 200 years of history, that sounds serious. Anything else? They want to make this country into a banana republic.
They want to make this country into a banana republic.
Where if you don't get your way, you change the rules. At least that's the worst it gets, right?
Where if you don't get your way, you change the rules. Are we going to let them? It'll be a doomsday for democracy if we do.
It'll be doomsday for democracy if we do. Any reporter who wants to be something other than a partisan shill and mouthpiece for the Democrats ought to ask every single Democrat, Senator so-and-so, do you agree with Chuck Schumer that ending the filibuster will turn our nation into a banana republic? Do you agree, Senator so-and-so?
They want to make this country into a banana republic.
That ending the filibuster would be doomsday for democracy? Is it just that your team is the one that can't get their way? Now it's your side that wants to change the rules midstream. Now it's your side that if you don't get your way, you change the rules.
What hypocrisy.
Was Joe Biden lying in 2019? Was Senator Schumer lying in 2005? I don't know, you ought to ask them.
You know, he gaslights. They all gaslight. They say, oh, it's Democrats who are doing the big lie. We're not doing any lies. Every single thing that we have pointed to that state legislatures are doing is happening and happening right now.
I cannot think of another time when a senator has voted for something that he has called doomsday for democracy.
But the new Republican Party, under the leadership of Donald Trump, is viciously against voting rights and trying to take those away and jaundice not only our elections, but our whole democracy.
To be clear, the debate this week is not about voting rights. Federal courts already have the full ability to stay any law in any jurisdiction in any state in America that suppresses any voter or any group of voters. That's in federal law right now. This whole conversation about voter suppression is already protected by federal courts right now. The debate this week that Senator Schumer is bringing is about silencing the voice of the minority in the Senate and everyone that we represent, literally silencing half the country. This is not about protecting our republic or our election. This is about Democrats in Washington taking over every election in every state. This is about Senator Schumer's power. That's what this is all about. He's willing to destroy more than 2 centuries of tradition in the Senate to get his way.
I miss Donald Trump. We need a strong president.
am your voice.